There we go. From the Amador live inside the Broken Spoke Taphouse, I'm Ernesto Garcia, and this is the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, presented by our friends over at Ragged Apparel on Telshore Boulevard. As always, we're off first with the leadoff hitter, and that is the gentleman who is in charge of this establishment and has got a lot of great things coming up for the community. But I'm telling you this right now, before I bring him on, if you are watching this, you can share it. You can share it on all the platforms on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and I don't know, they'll add something else eventually down the road. They'll figure out this, and I'm sure the video is going to be TikTok because nobody's going to believe the announcement that Max has. But Max has one of the biggest announcements coming this winter. So if I were you, I'd keep your phone there, go call somebody that you need to know, and get ready for this big announcement coming from Max over here at the Amador Live. Max, I'm going to give you just a little couple of seconds to talk about why you came up with this idea, and then tell everyone what it is.
I think you're more excited than anybody.
I am excited. You know what? Wait till everyone finds out about this, because then they're all going to be talking. Did you hear? Did you know? But you know what? I want a nice, cool drink on this. What am I getting right here first?
This is You'll Shoot Your Eye Out.
You'll Shoot Your Eye Out.
Yeah.
You'll, okay.
Yeah, this is our seasonal special from Carbach Brewer.
Man, after a day like this, I needed this. All right. Perfect winter drink.
Yeah.
Winter time. Yes, I'm excited because I tell you what, we don't have this in Las Cruces. Nobody has this. You're going to have it, and it's coming. What's coming down?
Well, you know, ever since we built this place, there's always certain things you always wanted to try and do. And, you know, we got going with when we opened, and then COVID showed up and slowed everything down. We didn't think we were going to be able to pull it off this year, but that's changed as of today. Early December, we're going to go ahead and put in a real ice skating rink.
A real ice skating rink is coming here to the Amador Live. I just saw some faces go, what? Ice skating rink? What is that? He's not joking. Yeah. We're going to put this in the Amador Live?
We're putting an ice rink in the lawn, on the lawn, Amador Live. I think December 10th will be the first day. Maybe a little sooner, but for sure by December 10th, it'll be here for a month, maybe a month and a half. And we're going to deck out the lawn, and it's going to be crazy.
All right, so families, listen closely.
Yeah.
Around December 10th, an ice skating rink is going to be here. How do you keep this cool? I mean, look at the temperatures right now. Do we need some snow? I mean, that would kind of help.
No, it's real ice. It's not synthetic ice. It's
not synthetic. None of that fake stuff. This is the real ice stuff.
Yeah, it'll be 2.5, 3-inch real ice. They keep it cool in the evening with a chiller, and then we have a real Zamboni. It's going to show up.
A real Zamboni as well.
Yeah, and so you'll be able to bring the kids, enjoy a beverage, ice skate, and we're going to also offer it as part of our Christmas parties. So if you guys are still on the fence, if you're still on the fence about doing your Christmas party here for your company or for your business or your family, we're going to throw that in too. So
all right, we're going
to be rolling for at least 21 to 25 days of ice skate rinking. So
ice skating rink is coming. Best way to use this is if you're thinking about a company party, putting something together. There's rules, as we are open and we're trying to get everything going, but you're looking for a good way to get this going. All you got to do is call Max here at the Amador Live, set up your time, but you better hurry up and set it up because all the good ones are going fast. Set up your company party, and then not only do they have the food, the great
got
drinks,
the Yule.
Yeah, Yules.
The Yule. There you
go. Thank you. Yule, you also get chef who's going to cook some great food for your party, and then you can use the ice rink as well.
Yes.
2 to 3 inches. How many people can we fit on that ice rink?
Probably 40 to 50 at one time.
40 to 50 people at one time.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Get on that phone. Call now. What's the number?
575-541-7417.
Repeat that one more time.
575-541-7417. Make your reservation, and we will figure out a way to get you guys on there. At a minimum, you'll be out there for close to an hour, enjoying it. We're going to build a little rest lounge on the back of the rink where you can cruise in, have a beverage. There'll be some heaters in there, stuff like that. You can rent that if you want. You can rent the ice skating rink if you want. So
how much is it? And you'll have the prices and everything
later.
It's going to be a little bit. What if I just want to drive the Zamboni?
That you can drive the Zamboni.
I don't know about anybody else. All right. I really appreciate Max. This is great. Got a big weekend of things coming up. What's coming here? And of course, what a great party we had after we beat the Miners in basketball. Awesome. Boy, that was a great after party. Let's have another one of those when we beat the Lobos. So what else do we get?
In fact, we're going to talk about it tonight, and we're probably going to try and make that a little bit more regular thing for some of the big games, especially on Saturday nights. This is the place to be afterwards. So
comment, you have a question, I can get you direct message to Max. Therefore, you can set up for the ice skating rink that is coming to Las Cruces. Yeah. Nowhere else has it. We only got it here at the Amador Live. Not synthetic. We're talking the real stuff.
The real deal. And we've been looking forward to it for years. I mean, I always wanted to do this since I designed the place. And, I thought I was going to have to wait one more year, but it worked out. We have a vendor coming in. They're putting it together. It'll be on the truck. It should be here right after Thanksgiving. It takes a couple days to set up, which should be interesting in and of itself to watch them put it down. And I'm sure we'll do plenty of videos of that.
I'm sure we are.
And get here because it's going to be fun. We're definitely going to work it into all of our regular hours. We're probably going to expand our hours a little bit. Probably add Sundays.
Woohoo! Cowboy football. Cowboy football wins. There you go.
Maybe like a mid-afternoon to early evening kind of day where you can watch the game, go ice skating, that kind of thing. So.
I am looking forward to that. Cowboy win, ice skating, and me breaking my neck. I'm all for it right there.
I want to see how many people.
Nobody's going to get this. This is Las Cruces. We're going to have those training wheels like they do. Things are out. So, all right. What else is coming up this week? I want to make sure I get it in here.
We're just kind of going into our holiday mode. So a lot of parties and stuff like that. I think this weekend we have Gateway 915. We have the Mix Band, Motown Band. That's going to be a lot of fun. That might be the next week, though. I got to double check. I know we have Gateway 915 for sure this weekend. That's a lot of fun because that's Josh Lucera at El Paso. This kid's amazing. He's about, maybe 18 years old by now. And he does Frank Sinatra.
I've met him. He's a really nice kid.
It's amazing.
And his mom is very careful with him too, because a lot of ladies are like, well, son, hey.
He's a phenom. I mean, he's amazing what he can pull off, and he's going to be here with his whole band, and they'll do some Sinatra, they'll do some Spanish music, a little bit of country, but he's just very, very talented. He'll be here Friday night, and then I think we have Broken Dime.
Broken Dime, there you go.
Broken Dime on Saturday, and then I'm a little bit off because of Thanksgiving next week, and but we will be open Wednesday before Thanksgiving and Friday after Thanksgiving. We have a full weekend of events going on Thanksgiving weekend. So if you have relatives in town, you want to get out and get out of the house, this is going to be the place to be.
This is the perfect place to come and relax the night before, and of course the day after. I'm not going to be here next week. We're taking a week off because of the Thanksgiving holiday. I want to give you the chance to say thank you to Las Cruces for Thanksgiving here.
Oh yeah, no, thank you for everything, and we will see you guys soon.
Can't wait to see you here at the. One more toast because of the ice. There we go.
All right, it only took us 3 years, but we got it done.
We got it done. It's done. Ice skating coming right here to the Amador Live around December 10th. Get ready for that. All right, I'm going to have my producer here go get the coach for Centennial High, who's next. Max is joining us here. And once again, if you're just tuning in through all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Facebook, we have got it all set up. Ice skating coming to the Amador Live. Do not miss out. We're going to welcome our first guest in. If you take that microphone right there and hold it close to you right there, we'll get you set to go. And we are welcoming the head coach of the Centennial. If you move a little closer there, there you go. Head coach of the Centennial boys and girls cross country team. Am I correct on that? And also track. Am I right too?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Cross country and track.
Goes cross country and track. Anthony Epperson, welcome, sir. Good to see you. And what a great way to see you guys in state not that long ago. It's only a few weeks, and it just seems like everyone's like, okay, let's get ready for track, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're already planning for track over there. I was with my coaches earlier making the plans, so we're already getting ready for it.
All right, I'm going to have my producer raise up the volume just a little bit there. Well, I'm telling you what, while that is going, let's talk about what a great year it was, both the boys and girls making it to the state. How excited were you for that in cross country?
Yes, sir. It was definitely an exceptional year for the boys and girls. We did really well up at state. The kids put in a lot of work, and it paid off by the end of the year. So it's really a great year for us.
What did they learn being up there? What do you think they get when they go up to Albuquerque, run with all the state's best, see how that goes? What do you think?
For us personally, I really think that it gives them a lot of confidence of seeing that they can run up there with those teams. they can run with anybody in the state. And the more we get up there and we run with them, the more confidence it gives them. So it's really good to get up there and be with all that competition.
Well, how excited are you for what you saw? Because it's a very young team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so now to have this experience under your belt is going to make next year a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. As good of a year as it is, I'm always looking forward to the upcoming weeks and months and the year as we continue to develop. We have a lot of young talent, like you were saying, so we're looking forward to developing that even more.
Who are some of your best runners on the boys and girls side that did really well at state?
For the boys in particular, our top runner, our top finisher at state was Dox Rios. He came in 24th place. Alex Pineda was in after him at 30th. And all year long, they were going back and forth for our top two runners. So they did really well for us. And our top finisher was Aaliyah Schartzer for the girls. So all of them did really well for us,
I'll tell you what, it was a very tough district, too. You were in with Alamogordo and Oregon Mountain. How was that competition going back and forth?
Yeah, it's actually really great. I grew up in Alamogordo, being part of the track team and cross-country team there. I coached with Coach Nunez in Oñate for a while, Oregon Mountain now. And being here as part of Centennial now and seeing all of the teams together as a district being really strong and performing great up at state, it's a really good thing. It's a really good feeling to see all of us doing well together.
I remember seeing you at the first meet of the year. It was at Fort Bayard, and people around that area kept talking about the programs in Las Cruces, wondering what do we got? Why is it so competitive? Why are they so good? What do you think it is here that we have that makes us really good in cross country and pretty much dominating the South?
I think that honestly, we're running into a situation where we have a lot of really good coaches that are able to help us develop at all the different schools, and we're competitive amongst each other. And we also have a good spirit with each other that we all rely on each other and help each other out. So it's really helping us grow all together as all of us, if that makes sense.
I tell you what, those folks in Silver were really trying to figure out everything because they're like, we just got to figure out how to get into this area, go down that way. And I'm sure that was not said once, but also twice, because that also was said in Los Lunas. They kept looking at your program and Oregon Mountain saying, oh boy, what do these kids have? Why do they build these teams? How do they do it?
Yeah.
And so what is the secret to that? What is
really with long distance running, more than anything, it's just hard work, getting out there, being consistent with your workouts, and putting the work in every day. That's the only way to get good at it. So being willing to put that work in and having the kids that are willing to do it really makes things successful for us.
I tell you, one thing I've always heard too is your course, one of the most challenging courses in all of cross country. Why is that?
Well, we designed it after the state course when it was up in Rio Rancho a couple of years. So we designed it to be very similar to that, so that the kids down here can get a tough course in southern New Mexico before going up to Rio Rancho and being totally caught by surprise by it. State's now at Academy in Albuquerque, but we still have our course, and it's difficult, and it gives everybody around here an opportunity to grow.
Yeah, I've seen some kids who can't finish that course sometimes, and I'm like, it is a challenging course without a doubt. So you're going to loosen it up for the next couple of years, or is it still going to be even more challenging?
We're going to maintain the course that we have. We really like what we have out there, and seeing how we develop on it.
Well, I tell you what, while you and Oregon Mountain seem to have a good program going, there's some reason for optimistic, I should say, over at Mayfield and Cruces, as those coaches are starting to see and starting to build their programs. But like they said, it's a bit of a challenge. And you saw that when you first got there at Centennial to get everyone started, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, we have a lot of really good, exceptional coaches right now, and all of them are figuring things out. And I think that helps us all grow all together.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be a very fun year, and I also think very competitive. You had a pretty deep run in both the open team, JV, and runners that wanted to get up there in varsity. Yeah. So it's going to be very competitive to get to those final 7 spots, as I like to call it.
It definitely will. Definitely will.
And on the girls' side, it seems it's just as competitive as well. It seems that it's every year you seem to get a good class of freshmen, good class of sophomores, even 8th graders that want to run for you. How does that work?
Well, for us, a lot of it is talking to the kids. A lot of kids are generally unsure at first about running as a whole, getting involved in the sport. So a lot of it is motivating the new kids and showing them that they can have the confidence and the belief in themselves to be out there and actually run with us and improve and do well throughout the state. So it's a lot of instilling confidence and belief in the kids.
So if you're in the Centennial District and you want to get your kids signed up for cross country, how can you do so, and what do they got to get going?
You could always call me or email me. I'm always available that way. The track season for us is next, and that starts on November 29th. So that's the best way to come out with us on those days.
All right, you raise your mic just a bit there, and I wanted to ask you, all right, November 29th, you just said it, time for track and field. How many boys and girls do you expect to have on your team this year?
I'm really hoping that all together, combined boys and girls, we have about 80 to 90 kids out there this year. The more kids that we can have out there, the more competitive we'll be with the bigger teams up in the northern parts of the state, and the good teams here in the south like Alamogordo and Morgan Mountain as well.
So you have 80 to 90 kids. That's what you're going to look to start off with. But I'm going to assume that with winter sports going on, it's going to take a while, and some of them will come a little bit later.
Yes, definitely. We have to wait for basketball and a couple of other sports to finish, but we should start off with a decent amount of people here in November once we get started in November.
I always hear athletic trainers get told this question: what is harder to deal with, track and cross country runners or football players? And most of the time they say track and cross country runners because they tend to get hurt, especially both boys and girls.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of mileage and stuff that we put on the kids. So a lot of time goes into recovery and rest and how we're going to best keep the kids ready without hurting them throughout the year. So.
As you look at track, this coming up season, we'll have all the schools. Where is the district meet going to be, and where's the state championship going to be this year?
District, we're hosting, Centennial is actually hosting this year at Field of Dreams. State this year is going to be at the University of New Mexico like it is every year.
Got it. And how's it for the runners to get their chance to run at the University of New Mexico course, knowing it's one of the top-notch ones in the country?
It's a really great experience. It's a top-notch meet. They run it really well. It's a great experience for them to see, especially for the kids who eventually want to go on and run at the college level. Just seeing how the meet is ran at that level is really good for them.
Isn't it the most unique thing next to see not only the fans in the stands, the mom that's crazy with her son and daughter shirt plastered on, but also to see the scouts that are there too as well, college-wise, isn't it?
It is definitely awesome to see be in that atmosphere all together. Yeah.
I tell you what, how many scouts do you think end up going to the state tournament?
Oh, man. I'm not sure. Probably at least 15 to 20, at least, I'd say.
You ever seen a story where a kid got signed right away after a meet or in a race or an event?
No, not yet. Not yet.
That would hope to happen, right?
Yeah, I hope to have something good like that, great like that happen. Definitely.
What do you think you're going to be strong in track this year on the girls' side?
Well, we're definitely going to be strong in the throws. We're returning a lot of good throwers. We're very blessed to have the Peely sisters with us. The oldest Peely sister, she won state last year in the shot put and the discus. Lauren Ocampo, she's returning as well. She won state in the javelin. So we should do really well in the throws. I think that this year in particular, we had a really good year with cross country, so we should have a lot of good distance. And our sprint program in the off season has really been working their butt off. So I think that all around we should do really well for the girls this year.
All right, I'm going to let you look into that camera and tell your athletes what they need to do during Thanksgiving. Should they start gorging, start going for all the second pieces of pumpkin pie, or just two pies maybe? Maybe if they're shot putters. What is your hope that they are going to do for the next couple of weeks before the 29th gets started?
I would definitely hope that everybody puts the amount of rest and relaxation that they need to with their family and friends, but at the same time, just to put in enough work so that when you return to us, to the coaches, that you're ready to go and you're not unprepared when we get started.
Well, I tell you what, that's always a fear of mine. I remember my coaches in the back of the day, they'd be like, now don't go crazy. Don't gain those extra pounds. But they say an extra 7 to 8 pounds is what you gain during the holiday.
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
So, but the good news is you get to run it off on Monday when you come back to school.
Exactly.
Running in COVID was very interesting last year.
Yes.
Very unique. What was the things that you learned with kids learning how to run in mass, especially in cross country, where it just seems like it almost was like, how does this work? And boy, trying to get exemptions from the state, hard to do.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, the biggest thing that I saw from the kids was the toughness and resilience that they had going through all that. I honestly was so impressed with the kids. They had like zero complaints. They came to do their work every day, and I was just thoroughly impressed by their resilience and toughness to get through all that with like absolutely no complaints. They just wanted more work and to see what they could do. So for me, if anything, I gained a lot of respect for the kids of seeing what they were really made of, coming through that even stronger.
It just seemed also kind of scary too, as well at times, because they're trying to learn how to run this thing and run. You've been that sprint runner. Your coaches knew that. How did you adjust to them with mask and trying to keep them hydrated so they did not fall down on the course out there?
Yeah, really, it was just trying to give them breaks and a lot of talking to them and letting them know that they can do it, and to trust in the human body, because the human body is an amazing thing. And if you believe in it and there's things that you work for to do, then you could accomplish a lot of strong things out there.
If I'm not mistaken, some records were broken during last season, during the short season when they did it condensed. Did you see some records broken with mask running on the state tournament or anything such?
You know what? No, I don't recall any records.
So the times are slower than they had been in the past.
A little bit slower, yeah.
Yeah. So now the mask is off. Do you see some times really increasing here?
Definitely. I think it's going to make a big difference for us not having to have the masks on. For track in particular, we went into the summer months last year. It was really hot having the masks on, so it's definitely difficult. So being in the spring this year and not having the mask should make a huge difference for us. Huge difference.
Of course, keeping the kids safety and healthy. Obviously, vaccinations are helpful with that. How do you explain that to your kids? I always ask every coach that question. What do you just do? Do you have a discussion? You ever had a kid come ask you questions about that? Or
yeah, definitely. I think for me personally, I just try to lead by example. For me to coach, I need to make sure that I'm vaccinated and I wear my mask at the proper times, and just by leading an example to show that that's the way to do things if we want to have certain rights and privileges, just to lead that example and show that this is what we need to do to have the things that we want.
And by the way, always ask this. I know we're following the state rules. We have our masks, but there's also windows that are open. And as we said, we're both vaccinated, so that's why we're okay. We're not disobeying any rules, so therefore nobody gets upset with us. But I don't mind the comments. We've had them before. People will talk about that, and then we'll go through that. If you have a comment for head coach Anthony Epperson, please let us know. You can reach us here on the Facebook. We're on all these platforms now. You're on Twitter, Facebook, so you get to watch this later, and then later at home, when the Cowboys are winning on a game. I don't know if that's your team or not, but here's a fun one for you, Coach. Traveling. How fun is it with 80 to 90 kids traveling, both boys and girls, on a bus? And I'm only going to say I have a feeling cross-country's bus stories have got you a little nervous about track, maybe.
Well, we definitely have a spirited and lively group. Sometimes it could break out in random karaoke concerts on the bus. It could be a little bit loud, but it's always very spirited, and I love feeling that spirit come from.
Oh, my goodness. With karaoke, what are they singing?
Oh, just whatever they can, really.
Don't they like it when they pick on your music and they're like, hey, what's this? Hey, here's AC/DC. What's that? Is that what they usually go on to you?
Yeah, we honestly do get a little bit of a hard time over AC/DC. I mean, maybe we're aging ourselves a little bit because we like to play those AC/DC songs.
Well, heck, we weren't that long ago. We were listening to No Doubt 2 in 2000, so I don't know. Remember Butterfly by Sugar? We can go through all those songs. I really think you got a good program, Coach, and I think this is great. I got to talk about the folks at Centennial High School that have really helped you out to get this year going. Football, everything, what I like seeing from Centennial is how the coaches all back each other. It's not common to see like Coach Ocampo decide to go out to a race, and then, hey, sometimes he might even help make sure that your meets go to well, but you've never seemed to have a problem getting volunteers from your school. And what kind of support is that you like to see from your teachers and coaches that help you out?
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing for me personally. Like you mentioned earlier, Coach Ocampo's out there. He's coaching with us. He's helping out. He's always giving me advice on things that can help our program improve. All my assistant coaches they're very helpful. Coach Rios, he coaches cross country, track, and basketball. Very busy man. Coach Foley for us, he's doing our off-season track stuff while I'm doing cross-country with Crow Street, Coach Rios. And then Coach Sedano's, he's out there with us doing jumps and hurdles. So it's very helpful for us. Our athletic director, Mr. Carrillo, he's very helpful. Just the whole school as a whole, it's just very helpful. I never have problems finding volunteers or help. So it's just an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah, Mr. Cadillo, I've learned that, as long as I'm not playing hip hop during the sound machine part or the PA system, I'm all right on his list. So.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we have a good time talking with him. He's a really great guy.
Yeah,
and I know he's looking forward to what hopefully will be an exciting year. You get through, everything's going to get done. 29th practice starts. You're obviously looking forward to this year being different. Parents' involvement, parents' support, always great. What do you guys say about your boosters and your parents?
Oh, it's the same thing as with coaches and the school staff. everybody's asking just different ways that they could help and what they could do and how they could help us out. It's there's never really a shortage for me to find help out there. So it's really great. Parents, booster, all of it. Everybody's just really helpful and looking for ways to help us make us successful. So.
I'll tell you what, if people want to help out with your booster club, get everything. I mean, one thing that I know that every track and cross-country coach needs is water. How can people donate and help that?
Yeah, they could contact the booster. They could contact me. We're always willing to take anything that we can from anybody at any time. So, yeah, just contact me, email me, message me. Any of that stuff works, and we'll work something out.
Well, that's how I got a hold of him, is through Facebook. So I know, at least you know he's not lying on that. You can reach him easily and get everyone here. You got somebody else here with you, one of your coaches here? Or?
No, this is my wife.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Number one supporter.
Number
She's
one
always over
supporter.
there keeping me motivated.
She's sharing this video to everything. She's like, you know what you guys sing? I bet she knows all that. I think she was excited about the ice rink. You know,
she was.
Could distance runners do and track runners do ice skating?
Yeah, she her college coach. She ran in college. He has a very strong theory that.
Yeah, I think I tried running with her one time, and she like passed me, and I'm like, I can't keep up with you.
Yeah, she's. I think she might be faster than me sometimes too.
I'm just wondering how speed on ice works.
Yeah, speed on ice. Her college coach had a theory that they could be very good speed skaters. So maybe that's possible, getting out there and doing some of those.
All right, but you don't want any of your athletes trying that over here right now.
Seems a little dangerous. For high school
you need
kids here in Las Cruces that might not know how to skate yet. Yeah.
All righty. I tell you what, you seen Coach Rawson? I don't know if he showed up here or not. He might have come here already. Okay, he's supposed to be our next guest, but we'll see if we can find him here in a bit. He might have walked outside over there, so we'll take a look. And if you see him, just send him by. We'll go through there. Definitely. I really want to thank you for joining us. I look forward. I get one more year to go run with you guys, and then I'll follow behind her, because I did remember running with her one time at Fort Bayard, and I'm like, I can't do this.
You got to get a bike or something. You got to get a bike.
No, I need to stop running. I just need to sit with the other parents and not worry about that so much. Yeah, that's what I do. But no, I prefer to run because it's good shape. If you can find him, see if you can find him, Sebastian.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Anthony Epperson, joining us. Appreciate it so much. Thanks your wife for coming. And like I said, we'll try the ice skating on December 10th. So,
definitely.
All right. Thank you. All right. This is the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast from the Broken Spoke Taphouse. Let's hear it for our guest here today, Anthony Epperson. We're going to see if we can find head coach Al Rawson here in just a second. And if not, then we'll bring in our next guest. We also have Isaiah Carr joining us. And I believe we have his brother Caleb as well, that we'll get a chance to talk with too coming up. So if you're just tuning in, the big news, in case you missed it earlier, and I mean, Max put down the bombshell for everybody, it's coming. An ice rink, an actual ice rink is coming here to the Amador Live, and that is going to start on around December 10th. If you reserve your parties, okay, and you get your parties set up and you get everything going, you'll have that ready to go. And we'll get it set up. I think we're still waiting for Coach. He should be here in just a few more minutes. Don't worry, we'll kill the time there. So we want you to come on out to the Amador Live. Usually I would ask Chef to come right now and help me out here, but I know Chef is busy tonight. Usually Tuesdays are quiet. Not tonight. Why? Because we're here. That's why we want you here at the Broken Spoke Taphouse. And, of course, with the ice rink coming in, you got some new hours that are going to be setting up as well. So we'll have that set up. I'm going to double check with Coach, make sure that he is coming okay. And then if we can find him, don't worry. We'll, this is what happens on live opportunities when we're here. And as you know, we take our time to get everything going. And but we want to thank Anthony Epperson for joining us. Great coach that is here joining us at the Broken Spoke Taphouse. So I'm going to see if I can try to reach him. If not, I'll try to reach our next guest. So let me just hit them up. This is what happens. And once again, the ice rink is coming to the Amador Live. And if Isaiah is here, we will bring him on next. If he's here. Let me just get it all set up. We'll stay on here. We'll stay on. Thank you, though. I got my producer that helped me out, which is a really good producer by the name of Sebastian. And then hopefully we can talk to Al. And I know that we were hoping he would get a chance to join us, so hopefully he will in just a bit. So Al Rawson will is our guest. And so Coach, if you see him, Coach Epperson, if you see him, just let me know. Then if you know how to reach him. Okay, thank you. All right. And he'll be there. So let's talk about some high school football while we're getting going. Cooldies, 104.5 FM, AM 570 is your home to the Bulldog, Trojan, Hawk, and Knight Radio Network. And of course, you can be tuning into all the action with the award-winning play-by-play of Jeff Matthews, who's had one heck of a season. It was a great weekend last weekend. What a game it was between Cruces and Centennial. And for Cruces, it turns out to be redemptions. They were able to get the win at home, end the season for Centennial, and move on to play a home game, because now we're at the part of the semifinals where each team owes each other team. And as Coach Mark Lopez said, hey, this would be the best scenario. Beat Centennial and get to play the number 1 seed Cleveland Storm at home. A lot of people wondering, well, it's number 1 seed. Maybe this is the end of the year. Maybe we should call it the end of the year. Well, there's always this theory of that's why we play the games. And I truly encourage you folks to tune in this Friday night, 7 o'clock for the state semifinal matchup. 7 p.m., Field of Dreams. We need a big, raucous crowd. I don't care if you went to Centennial. I don't care if you went to Oregon Mountain, Arrowhead, Holy Cross, wherever you went, Mesilla Valley Christian School. We need you out there for support. This will be a very tough game for head coach Lopez, but a crowd energy can make a big difference, as we've seen in the past. I think a good friend of ours, Jeff Matthews, says, you know what? There was one time that La Cueva was a team that looked like to be unstoppable, and Mayfield beat them. That was back in the early 2000s. I mean, in the 2000s. There's a good chance that could happen again, but it only happens if we have a great crowd like you and community support. So we hope to see you at the Field of Dreams. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. You do not want to miss out. The Las Cruces Bulldogs going to be taking on the number 1 Cleveland Storm. A lot of people say Cleveland's pretty much a lock for the championship. Here's the most interesting thing. You don't think so, right? No. Not going to happen. Your Bulldogs are going to win. Okay, I love it when the fans come by and talk about that. So if you have a chance, get your tickets. You have to get them online as always. So make sure you get them, and that you don't waste your opportunity to check that out. So Al Rawson's supposed to be our next guest. He is the volleyball coach over at Centennial High School, and hopefully we'll get a chance to join him here in a second. His team finished strong in the past state volleyball tournament. Fortunately, they fell in the semifinals after getting by Cruces in the quarterfinals up in Rio Rancho at the Rudy's Barbecue State 5A tournament. We're going to talk to him about what the future holds for next year. And he's also got one of his players that is signing on to go to a big Power 5 school not that far away here from Cruces. We'll find out all the details about that coming up. And if he doesn't come, then we'll move up our next guest a little bit earlier, which will be Isaiah Carr. He is the center for the Las Cruces Bulldogs team, and you might have saw him in the paper, saw him online. He is signed on to play from Las Cruces High School, to sign on after his senior year to head over to Grand Canyon University, where the Lopes play. So, yeah, he'll get the chance to be a part of Grand Canyon. We'll ask him about getting a chance to play against New Mexico State maybe one more time, maybe his freshman year. And if not, he'll get another chance to, play him down the road, because both teams are going to be switching around in conferences, as GCU will stay in the WAC, and New Mexico State moving to Conference USA. So let's go back to, once again, high school football this Friday night, 7 o'clock. You can listen to the game on many platforms. There's many ways to hear it. You can hear it on the air on the FM or AM dial. You can listen to it on 104.5 FM or AM 570. That's right. 104.5 FM, AM 570. Cool Oldies, your home for high school athletics. So there's an AM, FM way to listen to. So if you got one of the radios, that's great. You can also listen online at cool1045fm.com, KOOL 1045fm.com. So you can check out the matchup between Cruces versus Centennial. You can also download the Cool Oldies app. Very simple to do. iPhone, Apple, doesn't matter. Go to the app store of either one, download, just type in Cool Oldies 104.5, and there you go. Download the app, and the game can be with you no matter where you're listening. I'll be out of town, so I'll be listening on the app to see how that game is going. So while I'm driving on a late night, you can catch that game without missing a minute of the action. So there you go. You can also listen to that way. And, of course, the NFHS network probably will have some video for that as well. That one is a pay service, by the way. The other ones I mentioned, you don't pay at all. So just listen There you go. Jeff Matthews, the best play-by-play, who knows, of course, all of our athletes' names and knows the plays. Most of the time when you get the out-of-town people, they have no clue how to pronounce names. They don't know numbers, and they just wing it. So you won't get that with Jeff Matthews, as he'll get a chance to call the play-by-play. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the sporting world, as we got a lot of big things going. It was a big win for New Mexico State. A big party was here this past Saturday when the New Mexico State Aggies got a huge win at home at the Pan American Center, 77-71 in that matchup, led in scoring by a couple of great players for New Mexico State. And, of course, Teddy Allen led the way for the Aggies. You also had Donnie Tillman chip in. Uet Alak, who came off the bench, had a double-digit game. One of the 4 players for New Mexico State in double digits. The Aggies got up to an 18-point lead at one time, but give it up to the Miners, though. They did not stop fighting in that game, played a strong second half, came close to pulling off a huge win, but got themselves within 2 possessions at the end. Coach Golding says he loved the atmosphere, loves the fact that both New Mexico State and UTEP are soon going to be in the same conference in only a couple of years, and he looks forward to keeping this rivalry going as he hopes to build his program. But obviously, you can tell there's a difference of culture now from the previous coach to Coach Golding now for UTEP, and that'll be seen again in only in a few weeks for New Mexico State. It is a big week for New Mexico State, by the way, and we want to say good luck to head coach Mike Jordan and the NMSU volleyball team as they are doing a meet and greet as we speak right now, getting ready for their tournament action that will begin on Wednesday. I believe tomorrow, or is that Thursday? I believe it might be Thursday. I'll have to double check that here. It's the WAC tournament happening at the Pan American Center. Get your tickets by calling 646-1420. New Mexico State will be the 2nd seed. Number 1 seed will be Sam Houston State. And you won't want to miss that one, as both teams will get a chance to hopefully meet each other in the finals. Great volleyball action. Where the home team hosting? We'll probably draw the most fans out of this tournament, so we hope that you get a chance to get your ticket, 646-1420, which head coach Mike Jordan and the rest of the New Mexico State volleyball team, good luck. Number 2 seed in the upcoming WAC tournament here at the Pan American Center, one of the final WAC tournaments that the volleyball team will appear on before they go to Conference USA. And we're hearing that Isaiah will be on his way hopefully in just a bit. So we'll talk with him, as I don't know if we're going to get Al Rawson in, but if we get Coach Rawson in, that'll be great, as it's happened sometimes. And okay, we have Isaiah Karg that'll be joining us here next if we don't get Rawson in. So whichever one comes in first, we'll get him right here to talk. So good luck getting your tickets, and good luck to head coach Mike Jordan and the NMSU volleyball team. 646-1420, get your tickets. New Mexico State, unfortunately, did not cover the spread in football. Tough loss on the road to Alabama. The Aggies will get ready Saturday to go for one more money game against another SEC powerhouse, Kentucky. This game will give the Aggies $1.2 million. Obviously, that helps with the athletic department. And we'll see what happens for head coach Doug Martin. Obviously, the team's got one more game that'll be coming up on Thanksgiving weekend. So when you got family out of town, please go support the Aggies out at Aggie Memorial Stadium for the final game of the season. Hope to give Doug Martin a big W as New Mexico State takes on UMass. ESPN certainly going to be paying attention to this game for reasons, because both teams have been struggling, but one team's going to end up strong, and hopefully we get a good crowd out at Aggie Memorial Stadium to see a big victory for New Mexico State to close out the season. Aggies have been close in so many games, had so many opportunities, just mistakes and things didn't go right. Hopefully that'll change as we get to the next part of Saturday in that game. So good luck to the Aggies and in football as they get ready as well. The NMSU men's basketball team, they're in a very interesting place right now. They are traveling over to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I think they might have made it already, and they're getting ready for the Myrtle Beach tournament. It's an ESPN-sponsored tournament, and that means it'll be on ESPN, the U, at 10 a.m. ESPNU, that's the ESPN University channel. Don't miss out to see New Mexico State take on Davidson, home of which famous NBA player played there? Well, if you know the answer, hit me up. Direct message us or comment below. Davidson is the university home to which star NBA player? Which star NBA player came out of Davidson not that long ago in the 2000s? Also saw him in the NCAA tournament. He plays for the Warriors. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. If you know the answer to that, go ahead and hit us up on Facebook, and we will get that set up for you. And, I might hook you up with something. I think Max and I will work on some prizes for you down the road. So if you know the answer to that question, just hit us up on Facebook, and we'll get that going for you. So Yeah, New Mexico State taking on Davidson, 10 a.m. Thursday, ESPNU, the varsity app through Learfield is where you can also check out the game as well. As always, I encourage you to make it a simulcast if you can, so don't miss out on that one. New Mexico State going for a big win, and if they can do well in the tournament, if I think they win, they would take on the winner of Utah State, Penn. And you also got quite a bit of other teams that are in action. So some great NCAA competition. So the Aggies would play on Thursday, Friday, and I believe Sunday. So the Aggies getting a chance on Thanksgiving week, the start of Thanksgiving week, to enjoy the nice week off. And no time to sleep for head coach Chris Jans, off to a 2-0 start after the win Saturday against the UTEP Miners at the Pan American Center. Of course, then after that, the Aggies will get ready to host a home game coming up against Western New Mexico. So you might want to get your tickets for that one, or New Mexico Highlands. I can't remember which one they'll be taking on that, but get your tickets to Pan American Center. It is going to be one of the best shows on the basketball court, and you don't want to miss out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and welcome our next guest, and I'm going to see if I can fit both these gentlemen in here and see if we can squeeze you guys all in. We're going to get a little tight for the shot here. We're going to welcome a good friend of ours. First, welcome Isaiah, then we'll switch the camera over, and I'll let the cameraman move that to get your brother in here. Isaiah Carr joining us right now. And your brother's first name again? I got to remember.
Caleb.
Yes, Caleb?
Caleb.
All right, Caleb and Isaiah, I'm glad to have you both here, and I'm glad to see you. First of all, good to see you this time in person. Last time we spoke, we were doing a Zoom, and you were at practice, and you were just, I don't know what you were doing. You're like practicing your dunks, looking over, posters, sizes. All right. Big day Friday for you, Isaiah. Basketball's already started. Practice is going. Did Coach work you hard today? Did Coach Benjamin get you working hard?
Yes, sir. We're
the mic close up there.
Yeah, we're working today. We were man. When I tell you we're getting down and dirty with it, we're getting into it.
You were getting into it already. Yes, some grinding already on day 2.
Yes, sir. A lot of learning right now.
Okay, well, we got to keep you healthy for this thing.
Oh yeah. Always. Yes,
okay, you just signed a scholarship, so you got to stay healthy. But obviously, you're gonna try to show as much as you can here. How excited is everyone to see the team? You, Deuce, everybody else. How's that going?
Everyone's excited. Man. Starting off this first game. I mean, it's just the first game. Coach Benjamin was talking about it today. And he was telling us that, man, this first game is just the first game. Nothing new about it. He goes, we don't want to peak in November. We want to peak whenever we're progressing through the season. How we progress is how we progress.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get your name up here so that people know that you're here. And there you go. If you got a question for Mr. Carr, you can send it through. And, of course, I put GCU commit. You are going to Grand Canyon University. Before we talk about what happened Friday and stuff, why GCU? Why did you choose it?
Man, GCU was a perfect fit. Just in the way of, the fans were incredible, coaches were amazing, and everyone wanted to be there. Coaches wanted to be there, players wanted to be there. Everyone was working for all one goal, and their goal is to win the WAC this year, and then hopefully get to that dance, and then hopefully progress through the dance. So it's GCU was a perfect fit just for me as a person and me as a teammate, and so that's what they saw in me. So when I got over there, I was like, man, this is a surefire. This is a yes.
So then you get to Friday. You get to sign. This is the real deal now. This is everything. You have a chance to back out maybe or say, no, I don't want to do this. You had no doubt what you were going to do.
No, sir. Yeah, I was talking to my friend Matt right after I signed, and I was like, man, I have no doubts whatsoever about this place. I was like, dude, this place is amazing. This is the perfect spot for me. And, man, hopefully whenever this man comes up, he'll come up and he'll follow along right in my footsteps.
All right, there you go. We're going to pass it to your brother here in a second. I want to get to him here in just a sec, but I want to stay with you for here because Coach Benjamin said some pretty great words about you there. What did you think when he was talking about that and you got a chance to hear him say those things?
Man, it was amazing. Man, Coach has been a huge supporter along the way. He's helped me out a lot. And without him, man, nothing comes from without the head coach. So
no. And how excited are you guys? Here you are, senior year. You got something left to prove? Maybe a little chip from last year. Made it to the state finals. What are you guys thinking?
Man, we're gonna go all the way this year. That's what we want to do, and we're working hard for it. So again, we're gonna put in the work. Right now, it's we're still learning. We're still grinding. We're still learning because we're all in the learning process. We had a shorter season last year. So we didn't really get to put in a lot of work that we needed to just because we had a shorter season and we didn't really get the time. Now we have a lot more time, and now we're able to put in some more stuff and add some more stuff into the table. So
you guys are going to be a target this year. Everyone's coming after you.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Every team has figured out, okay, you got size. They see you and your brother, and then and I also think that's also the challenging thing of conditioning, because I'm sure your knees get banged up pretty hard after a game, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, we're always looking for everyone's best because we're the number one in New Mexico. So whenever we look for everyone's best, we're looking to play every team's best, and their ability to how to play us on the court is how they're going to show what their best is to us.
All right, I'm going to pass it to your brother here for a second. Caleb, I'm going to put the camera on you here for a little bit, and so you get to hear me here, ask you the questions here. And as you get going for this year here, and I'll take the name off there. Hold on. So, and I'm glad that you get a chance to come here. You're a junior, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. I'm a junior, yeah.
Junior, and what position do you get to play?
Center. Actually,
Center.
Yeah.
So do you hope to get some quality minutes this year and give your brother a rest sometimes and
Yes,
get
I
in
hope
there?
so. Even play with him. We'll swap out our number 4, Caden. He's pretty good. We'll swap roles, and then I'll get to play with my brother too. So.
All right. And so how excited are you for the upcoming season, knowing that every team's coming after you guys and everybody wants to get in there?
Yeah, I'm just happy to see everyone's best against us. Hopefully see some great competition against Chapin, our first game.
They have a player that's going to that's also signed too. Am I correct?
I believe.
He left. Okay, I'll get you.
Yeah.
No, he's still there. He just hasn't signed.
Hasn't signed yet. Okay.
Yeah. He's a great, phenomenal player. Hoping to see what we get out of him against Cruises High and see what we put into it. So.
Do you want a posterized block on the first game? Would that be something that make you just happy right there?
That would be amazing.
That would be your screenshot and everything else.
Right.
How fast would that get on TikTok if you did that?
Pretty quick. Yeah.
I got you. So when you look at Coach Benjamin, he puts probably a lot more pressure on you, doesn't he, sometimes than Isaiah, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. Mostly. As developing me as a junior right now is his main focus. His seniors are important to him, but he looks down at the other players as well. So.
Yeah, he was making sure you guys are going to work up and get up there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what are you looking forward to the upcoming season, Caleb? What are you excited about, and what do you hope to see coming down?
Excited to see Cruises get another championship this year. Get my first ring would be amazing, and then hopefully get another one my senior year, the next year.
Got it. How hard is it going to be you're with your brother? You guys always are together. Now after the season, he's off to Arizona, and you're still here. Thank goodness for smartphones and everything else, right? It doesn't seem like you're that far away.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to step up into that senior role position that he's already in. Be that type of person he is, just around in the community, and then just kind of be myself also. Play a role like that.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I also got to ask, your academics have done really well. You put the student athlete. I don't like to brag about it too much, but I know your mom has no problem bragging about it. How excited are you for your studies and keeping everything going?
Studies are going great. I'm actually pretty impressed with my little sister, my little brother, and the influence my brother and I have on them. Going into high school, our main focus was just grades. And to be a great athlete, you have to have great grades also. So,
well, I'm glad you know that and to put that first. Didn't get a chance to ask you. I know I've asked him again, but I know your NBA gods that you like looking up to. If you have your top 5 NBA, and you can call them on the phone, have conversations with them, who would they be?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is my number 1. Big man.
Lou Alcindor.
Everything. Lou Alcindor, yes, sir. I'd say Shaq also. Great big man role.
All big men. All right.
Then moving down to about hustle is Dennis Rodman and the amount of hustle he put into the game. And then Michael Jordan played right along with him with a leadership role that way. And then presently, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right, there you go. All right, so with Dennis Rodman, does this mean there's going to be a hair change possibly this year, or is that not on your mom's? Not going to happen. Yeah, no. Isaiah, what color do you think you should go with?
I don't know. Man.
Purple? GCU purple? There you go. All right. Well, Caleb, I look forward to seeing you this season and hopefully healthy. You've had a couple of years where you got hurt a couple times.
Yeah, I was out last season due to a knee injury. Got healthy from that this summer, so put in the summer work and then ready to play this year. So.
All right. I'm going to pass the mic to your brother back here again, Isaiah Carr joining us, and of course he is a GCU commit. Obviously going to GCU, got some Aggie fans a little bit like, why? Do we have to boo this guy? I don't think they'll boo you, but you're certainly not going to be getting a lot of cheers at the Pan American Center if you wear a GCU uniform in there. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm expecting a lot of there's a lot of thoughts on me going to GCU. Another one is I don't know why a lot of people don't understand why New Mexico State didn't recruit me, and so they're like, man, they don't recruit their hometown boy. You know what I'm saying? And so going over to GCU, I mean, man, it's just a great opportunity to play in the WAC. And I've also heard that MSU's hopping out of the WAC and they're going to CUSA sometime.
Which I wanted to ask you: is there a chance that you could play your freshman year? Does your coach think you have a chance, or is there a chance you're going to have to sit out? And
Coach thinks I could bring something to the table, and he wants me to try. From what I know of right now, he wants me to try and play my freshman year.
So there is a chance you could be wearing a GC uniform in that Pan American Center. And of course, we'll see if they schedule. You would hope they still schedule games, right?
Yes, yeah. So what I've heard is that doesn't start till like 2023. So it'll probably start pretty later and more the Conference USA kind of thing.
I saw you. I think you've either committed the most fouls in a high school game that I've ever seen, or been fouled the most at high school. How are you handling that most of the time? Because a lot of players always want to get up there, the big men, and you're coming down, and it can get pretty tough in there.
Well, the biggest thing about that has been this guy. Guy in practice, I'm telling you right now, when I tell you we get down in practice, we don't call fouls in practice. So we're working hard. And what we do is a thing that Caden Self likes to tell me is he goes, man, this is just preparing you for all those little guys that are hanging on your shoulders. He goes, man, if he's hanging on your shoulders, that's just little fleas, man, just little flies, whack them away. Oh, what was that? A hit on the shoulder?
So your brother's the big reason that you stay tough and keep things going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's my competition in practice.
It's not mom and dad at all. They're not doing it.
Yeah, he's my competition in practice, and he's the one that pushes me and plays hard. He's kind of the only competition in New Mexico right now that goes against me with all his heart. And so, man, yeah, I'm not really worried about if I get fouled, I get fouled. I'm putting the ball in the bucket somehow. So,
all right, if you got a message for your teammates, what's the message you want to say to your teammates for this year?
Keep your heads, man. Keep your heads, and we're all gonna get through this together, no matter how the situation comes out. And man, I don't even know how to explain it. Keep your hearts, keep your heads, and we're going to get through this one game at a time.
Something tells me you're ready for the day after Thanksgiving. All right, give me my pie, give me my turkey, and let's get ready to go. You're ready, that excited, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm super excited and super ready.
So El Paso Chapin, is that on a Friday or Saturday? What are we looking at?
I think it's on a Tuesday. It's on the 30th.
The 30th. Okay, so you're going to wait till the week after when you guys get back. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, so top five, same question I asked your brother. Who are your top five?
Man, so it's still going to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
Kareem, man, I would love to talk to that man.
Bucks player or Lakers player?
Bucks.
Bucks.
Sure. Yeah,
first.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Well, he did change his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as well.
Yeah. Man, it's Kareem, and then Giannis is still my second. Third, I've changed my list. I would love to meet KD. I would love to talk to Kevin Durant, see how his game plays out. I want to talk to him about.
You seen the Bleacher Report metaverse yet, by the way, on that?
I have not.
You need to watch that. He goes up against Larry Bird. You have to see that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
All right.
Yep.
Who else?
Yeah. Let's see. I want to talk to Jokic. Jokic has been a huge player for the Nuggets. And
Nicholas Jokic.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's I would love just to talk to him about, man, how is it?
How to keep anger management going into as well, maybe after this year.
Yeah. Especially, I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't know he could do that.
You know what? Even he can be pushed to a certain level. That's what I'm saying. You big guys get pushed up pretty. You get banged up. People don't understand that. That's constantly a thing. And I know there's one fan in there that will be yelling loud, saying that was too hard. That did not go right. Yeah. It's not, and they just say she gets louder every year. I don't know. You can only imagine what this year will be like. Who else? You got one more?
Man, last one. I'll have to pick back off my brother. Who will be Shaq. Shaq is a.
Shaq.
I was reading a book by what's his name? Danny Shays. Danny Shays is a good friend of mine. His son played on my AAU team, and I had a really good chance to meet and talk with him. He said he talked to me a lot about Shaq and how he did a lot of things with a lot of his money, and so how he managed his money off the court, what he did on the court, and what made him a good player.
Well, look what he's done promotional wise, everything else. Exactly. I mean, he's his own brand.
Exactly. So,
and he'd probably say Papa John's.
Yeah, no. Definitely.
By the way, just out of curiosity, pizza-wise, if one pizza goes in that house, how long does that pizza stay between you two guys just alone?
Yeah, no. Me and my brother eat one pizza each. I'm not gonna lie. I eat 8 pieces.
So this is where we say
pieces.
we're putting him on the spot there, right? So this is where we get the Little Caesars, just so we get that deal there.
Yeah.
One. What about him? Did you see?
Tell him what we do every night.
Oh, okay. Before
What do you-
sister? Before
No. Yeah, before.
Lunch, okay.
So every lunch, cruises right down the street from all
Oh
the
yeah, all of
restaurants.
them.
We go to Little Caesars, just grab a pizza, sometimes 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2. All right, it's not 1.
Just down those, and then we're happy to go.
Oh yeah, they're ready to go the rest of the day, and then come practice. Oh boy, why does this hurt? Gotta eat healthy, guys. Eat healthy. Stay hydrated. I'm not dad or mom here. You guys got that nutrition stuff. Sorry, I got my son who runs cross country too. Can put down the whole thing by himself. So, all right. I'm looking forward to this year. Looking forward to this season. GCU has got a great commit part. Who do you want to say thank you to? I know you said this already there, but you don't mind repeating that speech again. Who do you say thank you to getting you to GCU this year?
Man, I want to thank my pops, especially. My pops has been a big part of just my recruiting process and everything. I want to thank Coach Benjamin. Coach Benjamin was there whenever I needed to talk. And then I want to thank Coach Hawkins from New Mexico State. He helped me a lot with recruiting as well. And then Jacob Benegas, he's helped me a lot with my training, specifically on lifting and stuff like that, helped me gain weight. And then I want to thank my mom. My mom's been the biggest supporter on Facebook, on social media in general. She's also been the biggest supporter when we can't see her and whenever we can see her sometimes. So, yeah.
All right. This should be a fun year. Get your tickets. Las Cruces High School basketball, something to prove coming up in this upcoming season. Hopefully your health is great. That's what I say the best. Conditioning goes well. So I thank you both for coming by, and I appreciate your time. And I'm going to let you guys enjoy the great meals and food that they have here at the Broken Spoke Taphouse.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Coach Rawson, we hope to get you back down the road in the future, and we'll also be welcoming our next guest. We're off next week. We'll be back on December, I believe, December 1st or December 2nd, sometime around that time, or November 30th, November 30th, when we'll be back. So hopefully you guys can join us here as well. The Broken Spoke Taphouse for the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, brought to you by Ragged Apparel. As a reminder, the big news, the ice rink comes December 10th. Ice rink is coming. Do not miss out on your opportunity to have a blast. Ice skating, the real ice, it's going to be here. And you get a chance to be a part of it. And bring the kids so they can see it. I know we hardly get a chance to see it, so hopefully you can check it out as well. For the Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, I'm Ernesto Garcia. Have yourselves a great rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll see you guys down the road.